your weekly view of young leaders taking big steps. This is Next Gen. Sponsored by PFI Western Wear, home of Boot Daddy. The idea of evaluating dairy cattle might be foreign to many, so we decided to meet up with some young 4-H and FFA members for a little Dairy Cattle Evaluation 101. So Ellie, we have two 2-year-old females behind us. Let's kind of compare and contrast the 4 characteristics that Grant shared with us that you're looking for in an ideal dairy cow, and the first one being the mammary system.
So when we're judging, we do a lot of comparing. We don't describe, we don't pick pieces, we say which cow's better than the other. So when we're looking at cows, and especially in the mammary system, one of the first parts we look at is going to be the forudder. This is going to be where the mammary system runs into the body wall. We want that to be smooth and flush with the body wall, and also exhibit a lot of veination and texture. That means the cow is doing her job, she's pumping a lot of blood through there to help make a lot more milk.
Take us through what you're looking for in dairy strength.
Okay, on dairy strength, it's, like you said, very broad. There's a lot of parts that flow into it. When we're talking about dairy strength, we want to look, one of the main places we look up is here in the shoulder and back through. We kind of stay up towards the top of the animal. We look for them to be sharp and angular up here along the top line. That meaning that they're putting all their nutrients and the protein that they're receiving through the feed into their milk. We like to see them tight and smooth blending through the shoulder, clean and angular up across the top and through the hooks and the pins. We also like to see them taller and upstanding. Now, in comparison between the black cow and the red cow, I think we'd give the advantage to the black cow, seeing as she's a little bit cleaner, a little bit more feminine about the top up through the neck.
So next we're talking about the frame, the bone structure of these females. So what all fits into that category?
Pretty much what you can see, that being rump, top line, and a really big part of it is going to be rib capacity. When we're talking about ribs, we want to see a lot of width through the ribs. We want to see spring of rib, which that's something that you can view from behind. We also like to see a lot of length. We want a lot of room in there for them to be able to eat more forages, more feed, and keep going. So we also like a cow that is upstanding. That means the front end of her is higher than the back end. When we're talking about feet and legs, it's a happy medium. So we don't want them to be too posty. That means they don't have enough flex to the hock right in here. So she would stand straight up, almost like we would. Now, we also don't want to see too much set to where she puts her foot up under her a little too far, which makes it a lot harder to walk. So once again, we like to find that happy medium. Furthermore, when you travel into the foot, we like to see a steep heel. That means she's upstanding and she's better able to walk. We like to see them strong in the pasture. And once again, that plays into ease of walking and getting to the barn.
So adding those 4 components together, it's clear that the black cow you would place over the red today.
Yes, we would. If this were a class, I think this cow might easily place over the red cow, just offering just a little more, just a touch more in. Like I said, with dairy judging, we're not describing this cow, we are comparing them. So both in their own rights are very good cows, but for today and for what we are using, we would go with the black cow.
Carla, we've gone through every aspect of judging dairy cattle, but let's focus today on the why. Why do these young people put in this time and effort? Why do you put in this time and effort? And how is this whole concept of this competition building a foundation for these youth?
It is amazing when you can watch a child who starts out who's scared to death to give a set of reasons and then ultimately does so at an extremely high level at the national contest. And being a part of that process is really exciting for me as somebody who works in youth development all the time, to watch them grow and learn. But even more importantly, they're gaining so many life skills as a part of this process. And it really has little to do with the species that we're judging. It's more about building communication and public speaking skills, presentation skills, problem solving, decision making, and we actually have data to back that up. So we did a survey a few years ago, and we went back all the way to Missouri 4-H dairy judging teams back to 1971. And we surveyed all of those people, and we asked them, how important was this, being a part of this team, in your skill development, in terms of your college and career choices? And what we found was that overwhelmingly it was very important to the people who participated in this. And it helped them in terms of choosing a career or getting their first job out of college. And you know, employers like to see that people have the ability to speak publicly and communicate well.